weirdos, boils and ghouls. I may regret this. Now, you will have seen me shout out a channel called Dead Cold Paranormal. Absolutely love his narration, love the soothing tones of his voice, love his paranormal investigations, his honesty, his no bullshit approach. He also comes across as a very, 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 very nice man. And this very, 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 very nice man, I think he may hate me, because I commented on a live stream with him that I'm a fan of hot sauce, and he's like, I'll send you some. So we've got Dead Good hot sauce. One is Fiery Fatal, Fire Fatali, and Naga Nightmare. I don't think I've eaten anything as hot as a Naga. I might have, but I assume the hottest I've I eat a Madras, and that's easy to me. Anything hotter than that, I start to worry a bit. I have eaten Carolina Reaper sauce, but I kind of regretted it. Kinda. So, first of all, just to prove bottles are sealed. Completely sealed. Nice labels. So, Dead Good hot sauce, Fiery Fatali. That's got 4 skull and bones on it. Doesn't tell me how many Scovilles. Now, I've got a message with all of this stuff on, but I'm not going to have time because my chicken's going to go cold. And then Dead Good's hot sauce, Naga Nightmare. That's got 6. 5? 5. Anyway, I was going to get a teaspoon and just dollop this stuff on a teaspoon and eat it. And Steve from the Ouija Brothers and Mark from Dead Cold were both like, no, don't. You only need a small bit. First one we're obviously going to try is Dead Good hot sauce, Fiery Fatal. I should have prepared for this a bit better. See, we've cooked chicken. I didn't bring anything to drink. Now, after the hot sauce, testing, tasting, review, maybe me screaming in pain, we'll then be going over to Dead Cold Paranormal, and we're going to review and watch along to one of his paranormal investigations, because the guy is incredible and he needs more support and more viewers. Right, I know the second cam quality isn't as good. However, and these are empty. Just going to put a little bit on. I don't know how hot. That was not a little bit. Now, what I want to do is get this sauce sort of more over the chicken, but not lick my finger, even though it's now covered in hot sauce, because I don't want to just taste hot sauce. Wish me luck. Liz. Ooh. Ooh. That is quite warm. Jesus Christ. That's getting a bit more kick the longer it is in my face. Oh, that's tasty. That's really nice. Well, that is hot. It is heat. I can feel a nice tingle on the tongue. However, that is very tasty. I'm not going to eat the full chicken thigh on camera. But that is nice. It is a bit warm. I'm actually kind of worried about the next one. That's warmer than I thought it was going to be. So next up, we've got the Naga Nightmare. Sorry. I'm going to open this on camera. Now, my mouth is quite warm from the last one, but I wouldn't say I'm in pain. It's, that's quite nice. You could sort of cook your chicken with this on it. It's going to be hot. I wouldn't give it to your kids, but very nice. I'm just trying to open these on camera so nobody thinks I've like chickened out. I've been warned. Only put a small amount on. So I need to move that way. Gotta put it on the same bit of chicken. I've taken the skin off. Oh, this is thickening consistency, and it's just dolloped all over my plate. So there we go. Nice bit of hot sauce on there. Let's go. Okay. Oh shit. Ooh. Well, that is hot. That is really hot. But it's not so hot. It's getting hotter. But it's not so hot that there's no taste to the sauce. The sauce is... It's a thicker consistency than the first one, but there's a lovely taste to it. Most hot sauces you buy the cheap stuff. That's hot. You buy the cheaper stuff, it'll taste like vinegar and volcano. This, you can actually smell the ingredients. You can smell like garlic and stuff in there. And despite how much my face is hurting right now, it's not overbearing. Like when I did the Carolina Reaper, it was a lot more painful than this with not much taste to it, the sauce. I'm over salivating a bit now. But as hot as that is, there's a lovely taste to it. The afterburn is a bit like... So guys, I think he charges... You know, I didn't pay for these. Mark sent them to me out of the kindness of his heart. I offered to pay for them. Dead good hot sauce, Naga Nightmare, Fiery Fatali. I think he sells it for about £6 a bottle, which you may look at is expensive. But you go spend £3 in Asda on their stuff. It's going to take your skin off your tongue with no taste to it. It's for people to do days too. This stuff is actually really tasty. The Naga Nightmare is actually... It's doing a number on me now. It's not like overly hot, where I'm gonna like have to stick ice cream in my face and hold it on my tongue and stuff. Obviously, I'm not gonna eat the rest of this on stream or on video. We're gonna do a reaction. Well, I'm gonna record the reaction tomorrow, actually. But I'm gonna eat more chicken with more of this delicious hot sauce. So, boys and girls, you'll have seen me eat Mark's rather delicious hot sauce. Now, it's taken me a while to get to recording this section of the video, which is going to be his paranormal investigation. Bone-chilling, ghostly touch at the ancient Ramin. Now, the reason I want to focus on Dead Cold is he's such a nice guy. He's not called Dead Cold Paranormal anymore, he's changed the name. Dead Cold because he likes the history. I love the history stuff he does. I like his editing style, I like his tone, I like the way he speaks to potential spirits, to his audience. He just comes across really, really well. So we are going to watch this video. It's 6 months old, 1.3k views. He deserves 10 times that. Absolutely he does. So join me while we join Mark, while he joins people on a ghost hunt. Now, you'll have noticed I didn't pause that much there. What an intro. This is what I love about his channel. That was really well put together. The creepy music, the way it's shot, the way it's edited. Fantastic.
How are we doing, folks? Welcome to the Ancient Ram Inn. This is a very special one for us, for the channel especially, because we've never been here before. You might have seen many other investigators being here as well, but you know, it's our turn now. And first impressions was, you know, as Steve felt quite claustrophobic, and it is quite, you know, low ceilings. Everything's like wood. I mean, everything's stone as well. I mean, there's barely no.
I can't work out if he looks more like Stone Cold Steve Austin or Bill Goldberg. There's a bit of both in there, right?
Painted walls. I mean, if you look at that through there, You've got stone everywhere, and apparently that one down there, that is where, whoops, that is where the child's remains were. Let me just take you in. So apparently down here, that is where the child's remains were found.
Apparently, you see, real investigators without 100% confirmation or proof will say, apparently. I like that.
So we are told. I find that quite strange there, that that's still been left open, but hey-ho, it is what it is.
Honest
But
investigating.
this is like, you know, you talk about like clickbait all over the place. I mean, you've got stuffed ravens, stuffed crows, skulls. You've got
Mark, I feel like you can answer this question. What's the difference between a raven and a crow? I thought they were the same thing.
objects of paranormal paraphernalia everywhere. Even got a few of our cat balls kicking around.
Really grips my shit that I keep getting interrupted by ads that say, do you want to blog ads? It's rude.
Okay then folks, what we're going to do...
Before we do this, I know what some of you are thinking. At the bunker, watching an Estes method. I am undecided on the Estes method because I don't like spirit boxes as a method of investigating. But that's my personal opinion, and I'm happy to be proved wrong. I would like to do an Estes method, just because the idea of it is cool, being blindfolded, having the headphones on, not being able to hear stuff. I like the idea of it. Is it definitive proof of the paranormal? No. Does he claim it to be? No.
Is a Estes method here by the fireplace in this lovely kind of like, you know, snug kind of bar area, if you want to call it that. Obviously would have been a great meeting point if these chairs are to be believed and were originally placed here. Then obviously people have sat around here and chatted. Obviously all that residual energy maybe hopefully might be here. So we will try an Estes method. I am going to be the victim, blindfolded, and Steve will be asking the questions. And then if I get nothing at all after maybe 5 or 10 minutes, we're going to swap around and we'll see what happens.
If there are any spirits here,
Ooh, you smooth talker, you.
be able to tell us how many of you are still here. Again, you can speak through the white noise on a box that Mark has in his hand, sat in that chair with those funny things on his ears. So feel free to talk through that white noise and let Mark know your name.
Very well spoken, both of them. Very calming.
Spirits are here with us tonight.
Very calming, very soothing tones on the two of them.
A traveller. Or you might be the spirit of the unfortunate child or children.
Nah, it's a demon. By the way, can we stop doing that? Every paranormal video lately, demon. A demon did this, a demon did that. If demons are real, a couple of knocks on a door moving in a breeze is not demonic powers at all. Demons are scary ass things. Just, you know, to put that out there.
That were buried under the floor of this pub or inn. Maybe you are here with us tonight. Maybe you might like to make your presence known. Again, you can talk to Mark through the white noise.
I don't know.
What do we
Does
have?
that mean you don't know whether it's safe to talk? You don't know whether you feel comfortable coming forward? We really do mean you no harm. We don't mean you any disrespect.
Respectful, nice tone, inquisitive, not overblowing the fact that he said, I don't know, just trying to ask a question around it. I like it.
Did you come to this place quite often?
Today.
Kind of fits.
You came here today? Okay. Were you just passing through for a drink? Or did you come here maybe to rent a room for an evening? Or maybe just to have a meal before you were on your way?
And this is what I like. They are not talking to a potential spirit like it's an idiot. And they are not talking to it like it's a white sheet rattling chains or a shadow monster. Talking to it like it's a person. And maybe that's the way to get your responses. Talk to them like they're people.
Perhaps you might like to fill in the gaps there and tell us. As I say, you can...
There was a cut there. I'm debunking you, Mark. I'm not. I'm taking the piss.
Talk through the white noise and a little box that Mark has in his hand. You might be able to see it. Feel free. We've got plenty of energy between the pair of us. You can use our energy to make contact.
Who was?
Mae'n neud i nhw'n teimlo'n hapus.
That, ladies and gentlemen, was Welsh. I have no idea what the fuck she said. A Welshman that doesn't speak Welsh. How ridiculous.
This was your favourite place to come and sit and have a laugh with other people? Friends? Tradesmen? Anyone that used to pass through here? As we're just on the outskirts of Gloucester.
Calling.
A lot of other channels at this point would be like, we are calling. We're calling out to the spirits. It's clearly a spirit we're talking to. It's not what's going on here. They're very calm, very matter of fact. I like it.
Perhaps you're trying your hardest to communicate.
Strange whistle.
Perhaps you might like to make that whistle a little bit louder so we can both hear it. Perhaps you might like to touch Mark. You might like to...
I'm not joking there. It felt like something knocked the chair.
Okay. Ooh. That just got interesting. Would you like to, and before he finishes the sentence, Mark jerks like, ooh, shit, like something has almost scared him a little. Caught him off guard, maybe. And then he says, he has no idea what's being said around him. The Estes method, it blocks your sight and your hearing. And this guy isn't shouting. He's talking very calmly, very smoothly. That's not a clickbait title.
If that was you playing a joke,
I've got major chills.
then you must be standing near Mark. Touch him on the head. Pull his headphones. Pull a hood on his jacket.
Who are you?
I'm Steve. How many of you are there here? Is it just one person? Or are there several?
It was Mark all along. I thought he was a superhero.
I'm just not getting much, to be fair.
Not getting much. Okay. It's quite interesting with some of the questions.
Mark's all disappointed. He has no idea that while he says, while Steve says, could you, and he's about to say touch, and there's something that makes Mark do that. He has no idea. Brilliant.
I was asking.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
That friggin' knock. I felt like somebody, and my legs were still.
And yet the question I asked was, if you're here, go and stand next to Mark.
Really?
Let him know that you are there.
Yeah. Sorry for swearing, but bloody hell, man.
Honestly, yeah.
It felt like someone kicked from this side.
I said, touch you on the head.
Now, anyone that's watched any of Mark's videos will know he doesn't swear a lot. Very rarely. On his live streams, a touch more than his edited videos. But yeah, Mark's not a connoisseur of the vulgarities like I am. So that adds more legitimacy to... I'm actually grinning here that he's actually got something potentially paranormal have happened there. Could it have been something else? A rat, a mouse, potentially, but we didn't see anything. We didn't hear anything. But it fits in with the question that was being asked at the time. That is actually really, really cool. And I know Mark will not pull the wool over anyone's eyes. Because I have watched tons of his videos, and much like the Weeds brothers, he doesn't get anything.
Head, pull on your shirt, do something, let him know that you're there. And then you said there was a knock, and then you felt cold.
And before anyone says Steve has got that all wrong, your memory is a weird thing. Now, everything he said, but the timings are slightly out. That's not them trying to pretend that something's happened that hasn't. That's just the way you remember things. And when they're editing and looking back on this, we're like, we fucked that bit up.
Flaming heck, man.
It's unfortunate I couldn't get how many there were, a name, anything like that. But yeah, a couple
I think I might have heard, I wasn't too sure though, but I might have heard 7 as a number that came through.
Yeah.
And that is the only number that I could mainly kind of like, loosely decipher.
Yeah.
Calm down, Venkman.
They hate it when I do this. I had to get that in.
Absolutely fantastic. Brilliant.
That's right, spooks. Dead coals in the house.
I am a massive fan of that film.
How are we doing, folks? We have come up to the first floor. Steve is in the bishop's room where we are there now. I am going to be placed in the witch's room across the landing. We've got a couple of gadgets going all the way through, like cat balls, REM pods, that kind of thing. I'm going to set off my...
I know what you're saying. Those cat balls are shit. We all know. We all still use them. Because sometimes absolutely nothing happens and your brain starts to just... And then a cat ball will light up and suddenly you're brought back to reality and you're like, ooh, something moved. Something could have triggered that cat ball. Sometimes they do just go off for no reason. Are they a legitimate tool of a paranormal investigator? No. Are they fun to experiment with? Yes.
My spirit box, which is on the landing in between us, through the honey-tone amplifier, so we can all hear what's going on.
I really want to go here.
Oh my god. What did that say?
Yeah.
Here?
When you're sat at home, you're like, that's
Right.
not that scary. It is when you count out,
Okay.
out of nowhere. It scares you.
Spirits of the Ancient Ram. My name's Mark. I have Steve in the other room across the landing. Could you give us a sign that you're here, please?
What an incredible
Witch's
building.
Room, ladies and gentlemen.
That's weird.
Is that saying here?
3 times the same word. That's quite rare, right?
What it is, I've got the Ghost Tube app set up through the amplifier, so we can both kind of hear it.
I mean, I just pulled the face because it's Ghost Tube. I don't think I've ever had the same 3 words come out 3 times in a row on Ghost Tube. I've had repeated words in multiple locations, but I've never had that. Could be something, could be nothing. Again, people always ask me, what's your opinions on Amy's Crypt? I've never seen them fake anything. Do they over-rely on the apps? I think so, but they're trying to sell a product. I understand it.
Blood.
Flood?
A flood of
Well,
blood.
it is raining.
Is that blood your fault?
And I believe they have had floods down here in the on the ground floor.
Bit of self-awareness, laugh at yourself. I like it.
You can maybe let us know via a name, or maybe even a tap or a knock. Walk towards one of the rooms. Kick those cat balls for 6 on the landing. I also have these bells above my head.
In everything I just said about cat balls, if one was to actually get thrown, then the cat ball as a paranormal tool would be legitimate. Because not only would there be a flashing ball, but it'd be flying through the air.
Which I've knocked my head into several times, even though I've put them there. Do you hear that knock, that bang?
And you've got a motorbike and
Steve?
going past a stone
Can you
building.
hear me?
Yeah.
That's the 4th time.
I need to see what that's saying.
I've never heard that app repeat that word that many
Mate, you're
times.
not going to freaking believe this. Whatever the app is saying is not coming through on the flaming. It's not coming through on the bloody. Jesus Christ, that's freaking giving me chills.
It's not coming through where?
No. I'll give you the last 5 or 6 words that the app has actually been churning out is Europe. If you can see that, folks. Europe, blood, Europe, old, hammer. And that thing's been saying here.
Now, could it have been saying Europe, but because of the distance he is from it, he's misheard it? Possibly. Could it be a malfunction within the app? Possibly. That is quite interesting. I mean, there's nothing there for me to say yet, paranormal. But we'll see what he says, but weird.
I'm going to run with this.
He does explain. Cool. He's hit his head again.
Bells.
Just before he hit his head, I heard like a roar. But then I realised it was the floor creaking beneath his feet. Before anyone comes in and asks me to listen to Audio Paradolia.
Bloody hell. That has given me massive chills.
Obviously, we're getting an explanation.
I'm just going to reiterate again because I just can't believe what I've just actually heard. I actually thought the voice coming through the amplifier that I've got on the desk over there, the honeytone amplifier, I thought that was the app's voice, but I've just realised it isn't, because the app's voice is kind of American, kind of like lady. That was not an American lady's voice coming through the amplifier, saying here or yeah. If there's a spirit here, in this...
I'm really looking forward to his description now.
Going off, but you know, I reckon cat ball's going nuts again. And I'm starting to get a bit jittery. Maybe it was the Wi-Fi signal that was making the K2 go nuts there. Right, let's start that again, Spirit. Let's have a rewind and start this again. Because I'd like to try and debunk what happened before, but I think it happened anyway. I might have actually just got it.
Bonus setting off the K2. He's called it.
Mother. Fair. I'm bringing that over here with me. That K2's going friggin' loopy.
I'm glad he called that for what it was. Legitimacy.
I think
people.
Olivia. Well, if this app...
That is the same voice he was hearing earlier that said here, though, right?
...is to be believed, which a lot of apps aren't. So, you know, again, I'm just using this as like a...
just my personal opinion?
You know, some kind of gap filler, if you want to call it that.
That's exactly what I said about the cat balls. This is how I like my paranormal investigations. Truth, and I don't think it does anything, but we're going to try and see what happens. Fair enough. Can't get any more honest or fair than that.
Here. Here?
There it is again.
Olivia.
Ow! I just smashed my knee. Ow! I done it again.
Olivia is here.
My bad.
Could you walk into the witch's room and dangle some of the bells, please?
Help.
The good thing about running the ghost tube app through this through the amplifier has like a slight echo setting, which probably makes it sound a little bit more creepy. But you can actually pick up what it actually says better. To be honest, it seems to be clearer.
Finding out that's actually Steve talking in the background, so nobody gets confused and say there's a demon there.
Here.
That is weird. Why is it?
Hiss is because I've actually got it on probably a bit too loud, to be fair. I noticed my cat balls have stopped going off now. I've moved them. It's a bit difficult to use the cat balls in here because actually you might be able to see it on the camera, but the floor slopes down that way. So it's a bit difficult to really, I don't know. I mean, if one of the cat balls wants to roll in that direction, that would be fantastic.
And you set them against the rug to make sure they don't just do what gravity intends them to. I like it.
Aside from that, I don't know if I can really trust the cat balls, to be fair.
Fair enough. Just as we're setting up, I hear a whistle. Oh, don't tell me he's missed it on camera.
I might have just knocked that off. What was that? Do you hear a whistle? What was that? Do you hear a whistle?
I didn't hear a whistle, no.
Was it me on the bed? I just heard like a... Do you hear a whistle?
I didn't hear a whistle. No.
Was it me on the bed?
I think I know what that is.
Might have just knocked that off. What was that? Do you hear a whistle? What was that?
I don't think that's a whistle. Now, I've had a noise, not that sounded like that. I had a noise on my video that sounded like somebody going, "Get out," or "Don't," or something really low pitched, and turns out it was me maybe muttering under my breath, something along those lines. What that may have been is Mark laughs, and you hear him expel the air for the laugh. But now and again, if you got like something in your throat or a bit of a chest issue, you can get that it's not a whistle, but like a wheeze. And that's what that sounded like to me. Now, I've never heard Mark wheeze in a video, but that's what it sounded like to me. Logically, it's probably a wheeze. Could it actually have been something creating a whistle? Possibly.
Do you hear a whistle?
I didn't hear a whistle. No.
Was it me on the bed? I just heard like a... So it was someone outside. But this is the notorious Bishop's Room, where supposedly, dare I say the word incubus or succubus, has visited a few people, and so tales have been told of had their wicked way with them.
I just had this question in my head, and it's not the sort of thing I can say out loud. Oh, there's reported incubus, succubus stuff there. In fact, the Ouija brothers did a visit there. There were 3 or 4 of them went, and the entire section where they're laying on these beds is hysterical. Absolutely hysterical.
God help us if that happens. What do you reckon of that, Steve?
Bring it on. I could do with some action.
Oh, God.
Fair play. Look at the grin on him. Brilliant.
Spot the Bachelor. Oh, dear me.
See, as he laughed then, there was that high-pitched... That's what I think that whistle was. Maybe.
Oh. Cat ball. Actually, no, that was the one. That was a different one that went off.
It's a different one. Now,
That light reflection there.
I'm going to try and...
When it moved up, I thought the cat ball rolled. I was like, oh!
That proves it wasn't me moving.
Yep.
If you are right in front of me,
When you said you wanted some action.
sitting in your favourite chair, come and do something to get me out. Hit me with your best shot.
Yeah. There's a song in there somewhere.
Good old Pat Benatar. Perhaps if there is a succubus here, come and sit on my lap.
You
Oh.
Join me on this chair.
He's horny.
Hit me one more time.
There's a song in there somewhere.
Come on, spirits. Let's have you. I know we've got all night. We quite literally have got all night.
Yeah.
Buy us some chips
What's the
first.
time now, mate? What are we looking at now? Midnight?
Can't just expect a lap dance or giving us some money or some food or something, you know?
About?
Oh.
Oh.
That might be because I moved the camera. It's got
It's 12:30.
quite a good range. Is it 12:30?
12:30, yeah. Yeah, so just on that, what's your sensor attached to, Steve? That's on. It's over there by the chair.
It's the door latch.
So what kind of sensor is it? Is it a movement sensor?
It's a movement sensor, yeah. It has a range of about 5 meters.
Well, that's definitely from. Well, that's this room, isn't it?
Yeah, easy.
5 meters is probably this length of this room, maybe just slightly less. Considering this is like Haunted Hill all over again. So considering this is like an ancient property, supposedly around about 800 years old. That is a serious amount of time passed.
I like how honest he is, as in, you know, I'm not saying it's haunted, I'm saying it's dead quiet, like the last place.
And I know it's been restored, and it looks lovely, but still, there is so much wood and stone in here, it's crazy. Now, I have not heard I mean, you tell me, Steve, have you heard the house creak, or, apart from obviously when we're walking around, because the floorboards is rickety as hell.
Only the floorboards.
But when we're stood still, I've not heard a single peep out of these out of this house.
No.
And I've just had a dust particle go past there.
Yeah,
That's right.
I've had to
It was a ghost.
debunk a couple of dust particles.
I'm sorry, folks, but this is quite an old house. So the orb situation, if you want to believe that, will be dust.
And there are a couple of bugs flying around as well. So
Yeah, I've seen a few tiny little flies.
Yeah, mostly downstairs.
Debunking as they go. Can't fault it. Honesty,
Come on,
integrity.
spirits of the ancient Ram Inn. I mean, if there is any spirits here, I'm not really trying to make a joke. But, you know, it's an inn at the end of the day. There would have been many a joke told here over the years. People get together, have a few drinks, and they tell jokes, chat, and all that kind of stuff. So, being jovial in an inn is probably better than being serious.
Valid point.
That's how I see it anyway. I know a lot of folks say that, you know, people are not being serious enough, but, you know, at the end of the day, if spirits are to be believed, when they were human, they would have had a laugh and a joke just as much as the next person. So you can't tell me that if spirits have an intelligent persona around them, that they don't like a good laugh as well. So if that's the case, give us a riddle. Give us a joke. Do something funny. Knock on that door in front of us and run away. That'll give us a laugh. We are going to go to the witch's room. I'm going to do another Estes method in the witch's room. And we're going to go to the den next door with all the creepy dolls. It's only a small room, but we're going to try the necrophonic app in there. Lovers of the necrophonic app, you will see it for the first time on this channel. So,
I don't like the necrophonic app. It's a load of shite. But you've got to experiment, right? And this video is 6 months old. He's never used it before, so I understand why. Me and Dean used one. We used it. And then quickly realised that it's the same phrases or noises on a loop.
we'll be back in a bit.
Oh, that's creepy. That is creepy. That... I want a fan of that noise. That was well done. That was well done.
Now, I don't really know a great deal about this app at all. But we're going to use it. We're in the den, where we have multiple strange, weird and creepy things. I mean, there's a cot here next to me. It's a very small room. You probably You're probably talking like 8 foot by 8 foot. There's a headless doll in there. There's another creepy looking fucking thing down there.
Now, my honest take on the necrophonic app is it was built and designed to purposely play into pareidolia, especially when you put the reverb and echo on there. You can hear whatever you want to hear out of it, and they've designed that on purpose for ghost hunters to be like, holy shit, it said something relevant to what we are and where we are. I'm not saying this as a slight on Mark at all. Mark will have the same opinion as me, I assume.
That's just not nice whatsoever. I know it's a dog.
Now, see, I was half looking away, and I heard Beelzebub. This app plays into pareidolia. But still, I see why he does what he does, why he's using the app, and why he's putting up what he thinks is said. It fits with where he is. That's not him doing it, that's pareidolia. And, you know, he'll probably call it out for what it is.
But fair enough. And then we've got the rocking horse doll just here next to me, and there's a rocking horse behind me, and we have a Steve just here.
The old horse.
The old horse.
I like these guys together as well.
Right. We are in this very small room, spirits. If you are anywhere near us, could you please come through the door and join us in this room and interact with whatever you might see around you. We have a few different gadgets. There's a REM pod at the door. Not that you'll know what that is, but it's a black box with an aerial on it, with a metal rod in it. A couple of cat balls kicking around. And that's what we've got. There we go.
Oh,
horrible whispers coming through there.
My headset's on way too loud. That thank you was horrible, and I don't think I've heard that app say that. Again, probably pareidolia, but still.
As always, with these kind of things, you might be able to hear certain things, although we did hear a yes quite clearly there before. But I'll review it in the edit.
This seems to be one of the apps that a lot of people...
I'm just texting Mark to tell him I'm reacting to his video now. App?
Give me a number. Give me a number, please, to how many spirits reside in the Ancient Ram Inn.
I don't want to repeat what it's just called you there, Mark. Begins in C, ends at T, U and N in the middle, and it wasn't a coconut. So I can't pick words out of that.
Are you male or female?
Incubus is enjoying herself.
Stop. Did I hear there?
Oh.
While some of you are going to be sitting there going, I can't believe you were just drinking this in. The reason I'm drinking it in is it's the first time he's used it, the first time he's edited it, and I did the exact same thing when me and Dean went to the abandoned care home. We were like, that's it, Dean, and we were all excited, we put it all in the video, and then it was only the second time we went to use it, and I was like, this is garbage, I'm not using it anymore.
Just stop now about 2 or 3 times.
Who's telling us to stop?
Me? Did it say me?
Yeah. Who's me? Could you give me a name, please?
It said Vlad. Jesus Christ, Lee's there, and there's an incubus. He'll be in his aisles.
Jesus Christ.
Hissing.
Can you try and say the name as clearly as possible, please?
Imagine I've just been sat here scoffing at the app and being like, yeah, I used it once and I think it's a load of shit. And 5 years' time, somebody's like, do you know what? We've looked at the app and it's actually legitimate and it is a way of communicating. Wouldn't I look stupid?
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
You said that word again.
God. I thought that bloody doll had moved in there. I couldn't see its face. Jesus, man, that made my friggin' heart jump.
Do we have a name for any spirits here, please?
That incubus is loving it. And that, I think, is the same woman moaning that Steve had an investigation and it freaked him out. Then he went home, him and his partner just left the app running, and that same thing came out, and for an instant it kind of got to him, and then he was like, actually, that's the exact same noise I heard like yesterday or whatever it was. I think that was the noise he was talking about.
Jesus Christ, man. Just... There's no need for the shrieking. Can you stop with the shrieking, please? You're freaking scaring the crap out of me.
I want to do that in my mirror. I like these transitions. They're very well done. Very creepy. Very atmospheric. Beautiful stuff.
We're back here in the main, if you want to call it the main snug bar kind of area, supposedly. Steve's on the other side of that seat back. He's I was going to say his balls have been flashing, but only when the camera's not on.
Yeah.
How rude, mate.
That's right. Bloody typical.
We're going to make this the last session in here. I'm going to try something I haven't tried for a while. So I've got the Lord's Prayer here that I'm going to play in Old English, Middle English, and Early English. So, and we'll see if anything comes off. Ooh. Cat ball
Balls
flashing there on the on top of the barrel in front of me. I'll turn this around so you don't have to look at my mush all the time.
But it's such a lovely
so,
face.
I'm going to set this away. I've got the Melrem and 3 cat balls in front of me. One of them was going off, which is on the far right hand side of the Melrem. And I've got a K2 just up there, balancing on the edge. Again, we're right next to this beautiful old fire. So let's try this one here then. Let's set this away.
Fader ure, thu de erton heavenum, si di nama je halgod, to bekuma di.
How crazy is it? how much the English language has evolved. That almost sounds Welsh. I still haven't got a clue what she's saying.
Riche, je wurde din willa, un erdan, swa un helvenum. Urna je dai chwamle kan faf, sule us to dai, and for you vos ure gultas. Swa we, for you that urum gultendum. And ne je lavdo us un kostnunge, akalusus of uvele. Ure Vader that art in heavens, hallowed be thy name, the kingdom come to, be thy will done, in earth as in heaven.
That shows the progression from where it sounds almost Welsh, to... that's quite interesting. Crazy how the language evolved so much. And if you look at the history of time, it hasn't taken that long to evolve, because we spoke the Old English when the Vikings invaded. Pretty cool, right?
Our Father which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation.
That's not how it goes. There's nothing about debt. Bailiffs will be round now.
But deliver us from evil. Amen.
So if there's any spirits here that recognise that language, because I have a strong feeling if this place, because this place is so flaming old, if there are any old spirits here, they would not be able to recognise how we are talking.
Eh?
That's my theory anyway.
It's a good theory. Sound theory. I like it.
Can you come towards me, and you may see this green light on the black box that I'm...
Mark, just out of curiosity, if you watch this, what camera are you using? It's a very nice, clean image when it's not in the night vision.
looking at there now. Any chance you could make that flicker?
I asked the Ouija brothers about the cameras when I went out with Steve. My last car didn't cost that much. Slight exaggeration for comedic value before anyone says you lie. That was a hideous carpet. And a creepy ass stairwell.
Is there anyone upstairs? If you heard something, mate, it's at your end, because I never heard anything. Any chance you can make a bang or a clatter upstairs? Make a noise, a tap? Any chance you can make a bang or a clatter upstairs? Make a noise, a tap?
It's easy, look.
Big Negan fan. Maybe if I ever cut and get banned from the internet like I did with a Thor hammer, I'll do it with my bat. Yes, I have a lot of stuff in my room. Let me know in the comment section down below if you'd like to see a room tour. Little pig! Little pig! Let me in! I'm not even sorry.
Any kind of sign at all, spirits, that you might be here with us? And now's your chance.
I've got to go to this place. I've also got to get YouTube Premium, I think. These adverts are killing me. What a building. Much like my haunted hotel. If somewhere's going to be haunted, this would be the place, you know? They're so old that if you're going to find something, it'll be in these places.
Well, ladies and gents, we have been here from 7:30 in the evening.
Yeah.
And now, what is it, about 3:15?
Something like that, yeah.
Get some sleep, lads.
I'd have lost track of time.
Maybe later.
Maybe later. It might be more like 3:30 now in the morning. We've had a good long time here. And I can quite honestly say it has been an exceptionally quiet night. I doubt we've got anything at all, but besides which, it's been a very enjoyable night, and it's been a pleasure to come here.
It's been a joy to
Would I come back
watch.
here again? Yep, I think I would. But let's hope next time we'll get a bit of activity, because I'm going to dub this episode Dead Silent.
Most definitely.
And on that note, loves, we'll see you in the next one.
Take care, people.
Hang on a cotton picking second, folks. Right, let's just rewind a bit, and let's go back to when we were upstairs and had the honeytone amplifier on the landing. I was in the witch's room. Steve was in the bishop's room, and I thought the honeytone amp was saying here. Now, upon reflection and after editing this video, I think it was true what the app was actually saying.
Europe.
Where it said Europe, blood. I thought it said flood again. Hard of hearing in my old age. And then it said Europe, Europe, Europe. Every time it said Europe, I translated that as saying here. I mean, I'm not just lying. That actually what that was what I thought it actually said on the night.
Fair
That's
enough.
why I was freaking out.
That's what I heard.
To be honest, I will hate to spoil it, but I think that it actually was true what the app was saying. But hey, you tell me in the comments, and we'll leave it at that. It was still a great night, and we had some interesting stuff in the den with the necrophonic app, which I never thought I'd see. And the Estes method was quite interesting as well downstairs in the bar area. Anyway, I had a blast. Steve, thanks very much for coming along. It was great to have you there, and I really hope everybody enjoyed it. Until the next video, we'll see you soon, folks. Ta-ra.
Bravo. Fantastic. Fantastic. Truthful. Respectful. That is how I like a paranormal investigation. Now, I'm on this video here. I'm not going to play the entire thing because this video will probably end up being 2 hours long. This one, there is more of his artistic start to the video with the history and stuff. And I just want to show you a quick glimpse of what he does there.
So I've been doing some research before tonight's investigation, and if any of you know the East End, this pub is located on the Whitechapel High.
So there we go. He does a nice history section there. Where's the animations? I just want to shine, because he didn't do it at the Ancient Ramen, I just want to shine a bit of a light on what he can do with his editing. It's brilliant.
The White Hart, Whitechapel, East End of London.
That's cool, right?
The pub has connections to the infamous Jack the Ripper.
Now this video has been long enough, so I'm not going to play any more of it. What I want you to do as the viewer, as a beardo weirdo, is go over to Dead Cult. The link will be in the description below. Look at Victorian Murders Pub. Haunting Estes method. And have a look at that intro. Have a look how good it is. And then comment down below exactly, on his video, exactly how good you think it is. And then tell him Beardo sent you. If any of you haven't already gone there. Even if you're already subscribed to him, tell him I sent you to check this video because it's phenomenal. Absolutely love his content. So guys, here we are. Probably the longest video I'll have ever done. Right here. Because we do the full reaction to Mark. Just a little bit more at the end. And obviously the chilies and the hot sauce, chili sauce at the beginning. Fantastic tastes despite the heat. And that's not easy to do. Mark, all the respect in the world to you. You're a fantastic investigator. You're a very nice man. I've really enjoyed my interactions with you, privately. And I hope one day we can go out together because much like the Ouija Brothers, this is how paranormal investigating should be done. I wouldn't be able to paranormal sin here or anything because it's good quality paranormal investigating, showing the history, showing a beautiful building that is almost stuck in time. Absolutely incredible. Send Mark all of the love. And from me to you lot, all of the love. Much love. Much love. Beardo out.